Good morning. This is Margaret at the University of Sewing, and it's Facebook Live.
It's Friday.
It's Friday, which means Bernina. But before we get to Bernina, we do have to show off. Leah is joining me this morning, so we are showing off the University of Sewing t-shirts.
Yep.
We got them in.
They're very nice.
So we got them in, and look at them. We have them in red or in black, and we have a variety of sizes. They go from small all the way up to 4 extra large. So hopefully we will have one that's just perfect for you. I've got our lovely assistant Bree. She will be working on this today and getting all these t-shirts into the system. So probably by noon we will have that all done. But we needed a nice picture, and we didn't really have a nice picture at home when I was doing this. So we got to get that. But guess what? Leah's here because guess where Denise is at? Do you know where she's at?
Illinois.
She is in Illinois. She's up at Bernina. And she's taking a class with Amanda Murphy, and she now has a really cute selfie of her and Amanda Murphy together. Yep. So, and she showed off her Bernina, she showed off her University of Sewing t-shirt up there. And what was really cute is she took this class with Amanda Murphy on roller work, and she's up there, and someone has been doing her Granny Sampler sew along, showed her a picture of her quilt. And so I think that Denise felt like,
now.
Yeah, she's famous. What are we gonna do? We're gonna have to, we're gonna have to pay her more probably. She's now one of these celebrities. So celebrities. So okay, guys, we have so much to show you today because it is Customer Appreciation Sale, and I want to show you some things. Leah, thank you for joining me this morning.
Well, Leah has to help us out.
Why? What does she have to help me do?
What are you giving away today?
Oh, what are we giving away today?
I forgot. You didn't ask me about that until now. That's not useful. So if you want to go in the basket underneath our little cabinet, there's lots of different giveaways in there. Why don't you pick a Bernina one?
Okay.
Okay?
I'll be right back.
All right. So let's go back here because I have something to show you. First, you got to stop and show them the wonderful little 735. Remember, it's pre-order time for these machines. So if you pre-order one of these now, put a deposit down on it, you're going to get free luggage. If you get it with the embroidery unit, you will get it with a suitcase for your embroidery unit. But if you just get the machine itself, you will get a suitcase for the machine. So don't forget about that. Customer appreciation time now. Don't forget that we have embroidery units at 25% off. Yeah, perfect. Okay, and that's perfect for this week because we're going to talk about this in a few minutes. Thank you, Leah.
You're welcome.
We're going to give away a cute little book of feet that you can keep track of your Bernina feet in. And so make sure that you share today. And when you share, put your name into the comments saying you shared. So we'll put your name into the group. We had a couple winners from last week. We've got to send off Friday's winner to Mariana. And on Saturday, I don't remember who won. So we'll have to figure that out. I had Bree take care of that for us this week. So she's going to have to get in here and be on one of these Facebook Lives. She doesn't know it yet, but she's going to have to. Well, look in here, guys. This is our storage area for our Bernina. This is all of our stock. So guess what that means? That if you're coming in to buy something, we almost always have it. You know what? And I always honor, if we don't have it in stock right now and we have something on sale, I'll order it for you and you will still get that sale price. So I just want to show you, yes, we have it. So if you were thinking we didn't maybe have it, we have it. It's pretty fun. We have most every Bernette and most every Bernina, and it is just fantastic. So you guys have to get in here and get some of this really fun and cool stuff. All right, we're going to go back this way because what I really want to do is I want to show you the wall of accessories. Now, Bernina's Customer Appreciation Sale. What that means is all of our big books are on sale for 25% off. All of our embroidery units are 25% off. All of our, let's see, the big books, the embroidery, you know what, I'm going to get this little thing here. Grab that so I don't knock it on the floor for you. Well, I knocked something else on the floor. I'm really not graceful today. Oh, the software. I almost forgot about the software. This is such a great time to buy the software. You can get Creator or you can get the full version, 25% off. So let's go back over here. We're going to go ahead and look at our wall of accessories. What this means for you is that if you haven't yet bought your own Bernina license plate cover, you can get one from us. If you haven't gotten your own wonderful little tag to put on your luggage, you can get one of those from us. But the really cool thing about what's going on right now is that we have a great sale on feet. And you know, we always are looking to have some more feet. We have some things we're trying to, you know, make sure that we get at some point in time, and we just go, well, it's a little expensive, so maybe I'll wait and I'll save up some money and I'll do that next month. Well, guess what? If you buy a foot at regular price right now, you can get another foot for 50% off. And that is going to really save you a ton of money. So think about if you want to go ahead and get one of your feet for your serger and you're looking at those, well, maybe you go ahead and get one foot and you're going to save at least $25 on another one. So that's amazing, and it's just a great price right now. The thing about it is, though, nobody stopped to think how we were going to put those kind of sales in our computer systems. So I called the other day and said to our computer, the people who like basically host our computer system, and I said, is there any way I can do this as a sale? And unfortunately, they could not come up with a way to do that. So what that is going to mean is that if you would like to take advantage of this sale, you're going to have to call us. But you know what? Then you get to talk to us. So what you can do is just call us at 812-323-2665. And what will happen is you can go ahead and tell me, Margaret, I want that jean foot, but I also want that invisible zipper foot. Oh, by the way, if you've been looking for those invisible zipper feet, and you know we didn't have them for the longest time. And let's see, which one is that? I'm pretty sure I remember it's in here somewhere. Let's see, which one is it? Invisible zipper foot. Hey guys over there, do you guys remember which one it is? Just tell me the number.
35, I believe.
There, thank you so much. Okay, 35. So maybe you're looking for an invisible zipper foot. You could get this invisible zipper foot, and then you could go ahead and you could get the jean foot, and you are going to save some big money there. So, and I would tell you how much, but somehow we didn't mark that one up. So let's find another one and see. Nope, neither one of those jean feet are marked. So that's really not useful. Okay, so the jean foot, this is only $42 and this one is $55.99. You're gonna save 20 bucks. So that is a really good deal. And then you're gonna have some feet that maybe you've been thinking about getting. And then, you know, you could just throw in the big book of feet, and then you know how to use all those feet, and you have all your settings and everything ready to go. And don't forget, we also just came out with the big book of stitches. And I will tell you that everyone who has bought this has come back and said they love this book. So if you were wondering if maybe you want to get it, I think what we're going to do, Dave, here is we're going to set this down for a second, and we are going to show off some of the things in this. Look at this beautiful, this is just, I just opened it to a page. I didn't even try to find you anything in particular. But here's one where they're suggesting you create a stitch book for your machine. And then you can show off some of these beautiful stitches you have. And, you know, I was looking through a video the other day. One of the Bernina educators was talking about how we can show off our beautiful stitches and what we can do. And have you ever heard of a stitch library? I've never heard of one of these before, but what basically the idea was behind, a stitch recipe. And so what the idea is that maybe this is a perfect example of a stitch recipe. So we use one set of stitches one direction, then we use another set. We do this set, and then we take and we do the mirror imaging. So it's just kind of a way to use up your stitches in making almost like your own custom ribbon. So, you know, I mean, maybe it's not really a ribbon, but it's this strip of gorgeous stitches that are just really unusual and beautiful. And you know, if you have a Bernina, these are all available to you. And it doesn't matter if you have a 930 record or you have a 790. These stitches have been on these machines for a long time. And now what's really wonderful is as you get into the current machines, they have entire group, just thousands of stitches for you to pick from. So you might go ahead and look at the big book of stitches and decide to go ahead and get that. Now, have you bought an L890 or maybe you bought an L860? Or you own maybe a 450, an L450 or a 460. The Big Book of Serging is a wonderful book, describes to you how to use your serging and everything about it. And the wonderful thing about this is that you are going to be able to just go in here, any new project, you're worried about how to use it, what you're gonna do with your machine, this will help you. They're 25% off, guys, and honestly, I was really trying to think the other day, and I think we talked about this last week. I tried to think the other day, when did we have this available? And I mean, we just haven't had this. We have not had really a sale specifically on the Big Book of Stitches that I can remember. Now, maybe some of you out there, you can remember one of these in the past, but I just don't remember it. So, pointing out to you that we try to have all the accessories for you. We try to make sure that they're always in stock. If you run across something and it says it's out of stock, give me a call. Maybe there's a reason for that. Maybe they've discontinued them. I try to take those kind of things off the website, but that could be potentially something that is, you know, you're thinking about, you want something and you don't find it on our website. Give us a call and let's see if we can find it for you. Then let me see what other things that we need to cover today. The Gail Yellen event. Okay, everything is online now. And I want to talk to you and explain to you about the Gail Yellen event. So first off, there's 2 days. Do you have to come to both days? No, but I'm offering a very special deal for you if you choose to. If you choose to go ahead and do both days, you are going to get a $50 gift certificate for shopping here in the store, which will, I mean, it's a great deal. Then you've saved money. Now, both of the events, the way we've set up the pricing is they are all inclusive, meaning that the price for the event is going to include all your materials. It's going to include, you know, your fabric for the project. It's going to include your thread. You're going to get a group of thread for this particular project. And then you're also going to get your lunch. We're going to have snacks all day. We're going to have drinks. We're going to go ahead and have all kinds of things for you for that day so that you have a nice time. And we are going to throw in some door prizes because it's much more fun that way. So Gail Patrice Yellen is our instructor for those 2 days. The first day we are going to do a table runner. The table runner is going to use exclusively your serger functions. So if you've got an L890, you know you have serger functions and you have cover stitch functions. So first day is going to be on your serger. Now, do you have to have an L860 or an L850? No, of course you don't. You can have any serger. I don't care whose it is. You are welcome to bring that. In that particular event, you are going to make this gorgeous table runner. It's in our system. It's under, it's just a product we also have right now, and it's called Sergit the table runner. It's Gail's favorite table runner, and she shows you how to use decorative stitches on your serger. So that's going to be an all-day event on Friday, October 21st. On October 22nd, we are going to do the counterpoint jacket. Now the counterpoint jacket is going to be using your cover stitch functions. So those of you who have a standalone cover stitch machine, that will work. Those of you who have a combo machine that has cover stitch and serger combination functions, that will work. Finally, if you are thinking about getting a cover stitch machine and you want to come to this, you've used one before, you're at least somewhat familiar with them, we're going to have several air threaded cover stitch machines that are going to be really simple to use. We will help you with them, but you do have to know how to use a serger. So you can totally take that class, and you're not going to have this jacket put together before class. You're going to be decorating it in the flat. So what we're going to do is we're going to supply the fabric for that. We're going to supply your threads, and you are going to learn from Gail how to decorate these jackets with just gorgeous stitching that you probably never dreamed that you could do on a serger or cover stitch machine. So we will have that going on Saturday, October 22nd. Again, both events, everything's included. Your lunch, your materials, your thread, and we're going to supply all that. But if you need to have a machine supplied for that day, again, you have to know how to run a serger or you have to know how to run a cover stitch machine, at least somewhat. You don't have to be an expert, but you have to know a little bit about it so that you're not going to be stalling the whole class. But I know some of you right now have been fairly new to your sergers, but if you can just thread them, that's all you need to be able to do for these classes. So go ahead onto our website, look under the classes tab, and you will see a complete description. The only thing you're going to need to bring is your machine and your basic sewing kit. You need your basic sewing kit. So that's going to be really important. So special things from today, things we want to make sure we cover. We've got the new t-shirts, so you can be a University of Sewing team member. They're both in red and black, and they're going to be $25, guys, just so you know. Then we've got the Gail Yellen classes that's up and running. Again, if you sign up for both of them, you will get a $25 gift certificate, a $50 gift certificate for anything in the shop. So make sure that you sign up for both of them because I think you're going to have a lot of fun. Remember, we don't get somebody of Gail Yellen's caliber often in this area. So this is a really great class. It's something really fun and you will really enjoy it. She's a real sweet lady and I know that these are going to be really an enjoyable time for you. So we have
Margaret,
those.
we should probably mention, as far as you're thinking of getting a room, you should do it now.
That's a really good point. Dave's got a super good point. If you are thinking that you are going to stay here over the weekend, you're coming Friday, you're going to stay through Saturday. I know that there is a game going on that weekend here in Bloomington. Get your rooms for hotels. There's a variety of places around town. If you're staying right downtown, it's going to be expensive. But if you go just a little bit outside of downtown, it's not cheap, but it's not onerous. So I think that will be doable. So go ahead and make sure you get that taken care of. If you want some suggestions from us of where to look, let us know. We will be happy to do that for you. And we'll let you know about some of the hotels we know have some rooms and so forth. So what can I answer for you? How can I help you? I'm here all day long today and tomorrow. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to call us. Remember, I can't do the feet as a sale online, so you're going to have to call us to get that discount. So make sure that you do that. Write down the phone number. It's 812-323-2665. Our website is universityofsewing.com, and we're hoping to see you soon. We hope that you will come to our Gail Yellen event. I know you'll have fun. Everybody have a great day, and we'll talk to you soon.